this is Dr. Nathan. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Vet Talk, the veterinary podcast. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel like my ramblings have some meaning. I hope that my ramblings are helping you in some way, whether educationally or as emotional support. I want you to know that you have someone going through vet life with you. Specialists and vet schools have tons of resources at their disposal most vets do not have. It sometimes leaves us, as regular vets, scratching our head how we are supposed to practice in the real world. I hope my discussions gives you an idea how at least one vet goes about getting by in the real world, and that you realize you aren't the only vet trying to figure out our profession. Or maybe this is just something you listen to fall asleep by. Because as a vet, I can tell you, sleep is important. However you use this podcast, I'm glad you use it. I wanted to put out a brief reminder about the Patreon. First, all the episodes for this year will be launched early on the Patreon. And we have some good episodes coming up, from our second part of the interview with the UK Diagnostic Lab to a discussion with a wonderfully talented veterinarian and mentor of mine, Dr. Phil Prater. Second, there are going to be member-only episodes on the Patreon. I'm ahead on recording episodes. Episodes I complete this year will be scheduled to post to the public next year. But if you want to hear them in 2024, sign up on the Patreon for early access. So far I've got episodes on colic in horses, and an episode discussing low-cost spay-neuter clinics and how that takes away support from local business, specifically support for local veterinarians. Also, the Practice Act in Kentucky has been updated, and I have an episode about that on there as well. I'm also working on an episode with a drug company about a new drug that will be coming to market, so that should be an interesting discussion. It costs $5 to join and be part of my Patreon. Once you're on, you can scroll back through everything and you'll have access to scripts, other conversations about various news articles, and, more importantly, as I mentioned, episodes which won't be made public until next year. I don't expect you to stay on forever. Just sign up, get the episodes you want, and the information you want, and you can sign back off. And you may be saying, Dr. Nathan is looking to get rich. No, I know I'm not going to be rich. I enjoy making these episodes. They are rather cathartic for me as much as anything else. What I'm trying to do is recoup some of the cost and expense for getting these episodes out to the public and the time it takes for me to do them. Also, if you enjoy the content, sign up on the Patreon to let me know you like Vet Talk, just for a month, and then you'll get some early access, and I'll know you all want me to continue making episodes. The link to the Patreon is www.patreon.com/theveterinarypodcast, or the links in my episode notes. Thanks again, and the second part of our discussion with Dr. Smith from the Diagnostic Lab will be airing next week.